About to get started here. And on the hill, Jose Barrios. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Boog, you don't always know what to expect with this guy on the mound. There are times he's really good, but that's not always the case. For me, I want to see how aggressive he's going to be out there. We'll see it right away if he's pitching with confidence. And if he is, he should be just fine.
All right, ready to go here. And into the box for Baltimore, Colton Cowser, trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. And that's in for a strike. And this one is off and running. Oh, one down. And a foul ball. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Here's Adley Rutschman. That missed by a lot. Ball one.
All right, Boog. So I was scrolling through social media the other day, and a video of Adley popped up. It was a clip of him playing college football for Oregon State. How athletic is this guy? He tackled Stanford great Christian McCaffrey. Seriously, what can't Rutschman do on the field? Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
One down, base is empty. Now 3-0. Right through there for a strike. And it's fouled away. Kicks and deals. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And now Jordan Westberg. And that one fouled off. Fought off foul. Westberg tries to hold up, appeal to first, did not go. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. O'Hearn starting as the designated hitter, 31 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2014. Swings and misses, and the count is 0-2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Rutschman leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Hit pretty well in the air out to center, and that is Springer. Drops into the glove, and that is that. One left for the Orioles. Now the Blue Jays will get their chance. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. And on the hill in this one, Zach Eflin. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Bo Bichette leading things off and takes a strike. And that's downstairs. And it's 1-1. The shortstop takes the ball.
2-1.
Next offering is in for a strike. Line drive, and that's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Just missed. There's a strike.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
And it is 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Runner at first with no outs here. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Stays alive. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Went back to the cutter, and it was worthwhile.
Well, he locked him up with the cutter on the outside right there, and I got to think he was looking middle in because he just couldn't pull the trigger. And, you know, with 2 strikes, fastball coming in, you got to be ready to swing it. That time it cut to the outside part of the plate, and he just couldn't pull the trigger.
Anthony Santander at the plate. And there's a foul ball. And now the 0-1. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Next pitch is outside.
2-1.
Man at first, 1 away.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Double play ball to second. Wide throw, and it gets away. Left fielder's right there, though, and no one moves up.
Second baseman definitely have some pretty tough throws to make when they're trying to feed the shortstop at second for a double play turn because of the angles and difficult footwork. So It's always a difficult play, but one that needs to be made. When your pitcher gets you that ground ball that can be a double play, it's a killer when you can't get at least one out of it.
Here's Andres Jimenez. And fouled off. Runners at first and second with one gone. Swing and a foul out of play.
One and two.
Squirts away a little bit. Nothing happening on the bases, though. And that's a strikeout looking. That was pretty nasty.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
Alejandro Kirk, the next to hit. On the ground, right side, Holiday. Tosses to first, and that will end the inning. End of one, and we're still scoreless. New inning getting started. Now it's the right fielder, Tyler O'Neill. Barrios back to work. Right through there for a strike.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
And he grounds one to the right side. And that squirts through. And a good start to the inning.
That is six. First baseman, Ryan Mountcastle.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. On the ground. And foul ball.
You know, it didn't take Mountcastle long to make a splash at the major league level. In 2021, he became the first rookie to lead the Orioles in home runs since Kurt Blefary in 1965.
Late swing fouled off.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does. And you're tied up.
And now 1 and 2. And a breaking ball misses outside. No score here in the second.
Count's full.
In the dirt, and an excellent job keeping it right there. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That's a tough one to swallow right there if you're on the mound. You're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put him away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
Now it's going to be Cedric Mullins. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And that is out of play. Going to count 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hit on the ground to the right side. And it's through for a hit. O'Neill flies around third. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. And it's 1-0.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you enough.
First and second, no outs. Orioles will hit next. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. There's a swing and a drive. And it one-hops the wall. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score, and they lead by 3.
Everything came together for him. Put a really beautiful swing on that pitch right there. Just didn't quite have the combination of launch angle and exit velocity to drive it over the wall. But when you can beat a center fielder like that, you know you hit it well.
Jackson Holiday, the next to hit for the Orioles. Hard hit right side on to first. Finally gets the first out here on the grounder.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat. And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Just missed. Orioles takes his lead at third with 1 away. Swings and misses. And the count is 1-1.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone. Well reviewed by those we talk to around the league.
Yeah, he's an umpire. He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. The 1-2. Outside with a breaking ball. Got him looking. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. And now here is Adley Rutschman. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that's in for a strike. That's outside, and it's 2-1. And there's a ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
2 outs. Up the middle, and that one handled. Throws to first. They limit the damage here. But 3 score in the inning. 2 of them on this 2-run double. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 1.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
Inside, just missed. hard on the ground to first. He takes it on his own. That's one out in the bottom of the second.
Batting seventh, second baseman, Will Wagner.
Will Wagner next up for the Blue Jays. Just missed. Lined, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
0-1.
Here's a rocket out to left. Kowser puts it away for the out. And there's two down.
Batting ninth, right fielder, Alan Roden.
Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays. Right through there for a strike.
No ball. One strike.
Check swing, and he went. That is strike two. And down on strikes. That K is his third of the game. One left for Toronto. They trail in this one 3-0. Back now in Toronto. All set for the start of the inning. Digging in, Jordan Westberg.
Well, he's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
You know, these Orioles showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Next pitch is outside.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
Next offering in there for a strike. 3-2 now. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Pretty good pitch on 3-2, right around the knees, but just no help from the umpire.
Now here's the Orioles DH, Ryan O'Hearn. He's 0 for 1.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Runner takes off. Up the middle. Fires over to Guerrero. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Right fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Now one missed. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Westberg over at second, one down. The next offering misses. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a ball drilled center field, and that is Springer. Makes the grab, 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle.
And next for the Orioles, Ryan Mountcastle. He reached out a walk his first time. That one the other way, and there's a hit. Coming home. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 4. So a man at first. Cedric Mullins getting ready to hit. RBI single his last time up. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Santander. He makes the grab, and that is that. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 4-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Rogers Center as we go to the last of the third. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Right through there for a strike. Into center. Makes the catch for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting, first baseman.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Caught looking his first time up. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. That one ripped. And it's off the foul pole for a home run. That'll fire up the dugout, and they're on the board. It's 4-1.
Things might get pretty interesting if they keep connecting on pitches like that. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
And here is Anthony Santander. Here's your 1. On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. 1 out, base is empty. Grips one to right. Dives, but it falls. Could be extra bases. Into second, and he's got a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. He put a great swing on it, and, man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. One out and a runner at second here in the last half of the third. That one fouled off. Man at second. On the ground, right side. Now 2 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Alejandro.
Now at the plate, Alejandro Kirk. 0 for 1 so far. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. And that one hit to first. He'll do it himself. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now 4-1. Major League Baseball is on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Start of the fourth. Here's the third baseman, Ramon Urias. Line drive, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Jackson Holliday, the next to hit for the Orioles. Grounded out his first time up. That one finds the zone, and that is strike one.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Foul ball there. Breaking ball, and that got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Well, that's a nice job of moving that runner up into scoring position. It's not the most common way of getting it done. Probably a little painful, but now we'll see if they can cash in.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. That's all for Jose Barrios. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Yariel Rodriguez into the game. He's making his second appearance of the season. Colton Cowser now at the plate, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Fouled off left side. And that drops in for a strike.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
And that skips into dirt. First and second, no outs. Top half of inning number 4. Popped up. It's going to fall for a hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single. It's 5-1.
Well, those kind of lucky soft hits will always make you smile. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher. But you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
Yeah, the batter now, Adley Rutschman. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball 1. Slapped foul. Next offering is down low.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Holiday at third. Cowser at first with no outs. Fastball for a strike.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball double play.
2-2 on the way. Up the middle. Bichette. The flip. There's one. And a run scores on the double play. So digging in, Jordan Westburg. He is struck out and he is walked. Rodriguez, 27 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
The shortstop takes the ball.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Two out, space is empty. That one misses. 2-2. Two down, nobody on. He goes down looking. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. And midway in the 4th, it's the Orioles 6 and the Blue Jays 1. And we're back, bottom of the 4th, and the batter now, George Springer. Check swing called strike. That's strike 1.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
In the air, left field, down the line, and it's just foul. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Mountcastle on his way over. Can't get there. This one lands foul.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Pitch misses there. Now 1-2. And that's down and away. Line to left. Diving. Gets down. Could be extra bases. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And now it's going to be Will Wagner. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
1 strike.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a high fly ball right field. O'Neill sizes this one up. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with 1 out.
Now batting, third baseman Ernie Clement.
Now Ernie Clement.
The goal is to give your teammate a chance to score from third. There's a few ways he can get it done, but his best chance is to drive one in the air. Look for the right pitch up and then smoke it.
That misses the zone. 1-0. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Pitch misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on at third, 1 gone. And that one missing low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hit in the air, left field. Squeezes it. Runner tagging from third. He's in to score on the sac fly. It's 6-2.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Now a chance for Alan Roden. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. That pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
2 outs. And now the count is even. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. So they get 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, and no one left. We played 4. It's the Orioles 6 and the Blue Jays 2. Back now in Toronto. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Ryan O'Hearn. Rodriguez back to work. And that one sliced foul.
You know, these Orioles putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Sinker catches the zone at the knees. Got him looking. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
So up next, Tyler O'Neill. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And the count is 2-0.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Late on that fastball.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
And a swing and a miss there.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
Mountcastle in the box again. Takes a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
And that's downstairs and outside.
2-1.
That misses, and now 3-1.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
To the right side. Fires over to Guerrero. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Orioles held in check there. They lead it 6-2. Back here at Rogers Center, here's the shortstop at the plate, Bo Bichette. In the air, right field. O'Neill makes the play. 1 up, 1 down.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Siggy, this is a guy that grew up in big league clubhouses, and it's something that you see throughout the game. Sons whose fathers also played the majors. Vladdy, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. The Orioles leading by 4, last half of inning number 5. Line drive, caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Now here is Anthony Santander, 1 for 2. And there's a strike.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Cowser has this one sized up and puts the squeeze on that one. That is the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th inning. And now the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Fastball for a strike. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Nick Sandlin appears to be getting loose. Garcia warming up as well. Just missed.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that one a little bit high.
Okay.
Caught him looking for the K.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late, gave up on it a little bit early.
This one in the air. Guerrero. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
2 outs, base is empty. So next to hit for Baltimore, Jackson Holiday. 0 for 2 in this one. That's off the inside corner. Ball 1. Right through there for a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
2 down, nobody on. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. And now the DH, Andres Jimenez. Out to short, Westberg. And he beats the throw. Shows off the wheels right there. An infield single.
Well, that's one of those where you just have to tip your cap because he couldn't have played that one any better. Stood no chance with the speed running down the line.
So, man aboard. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Well, these Blue Jays finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes. There's the ball, and that's a stolen base. Not even close. No outs. Runner on second. That's towards center. Mullins settles under it. He's got it. Runner tags at second. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only 1 out.
Now batting, center fielder, George Springer.
And the batter is George Springer.
You have to stay disciplined in these at-bats. Try not to chase. A strikeout here is the last thing you want.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Check swing, called strike. Activity in the bullpen for Baltimore. Yennier Cano getting ready to go. Soto, the power lefty, up as well. One away with a runner at third here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a ground ball. Tosses to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in.
Wagner stands in now and watches strike
No
one.
ball. 1 strike.
Pitch is in there, and it's 0-2.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
Got him swinging. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. 7th inning coming up. It's the Orioles 6 and the Blue Jays 3. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Jimmy Garcia.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Colton Cowser.
Left fielder, Colton Cowser.
And first offering is fouled off. Liner, and this could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Adley Rutschman, 1 for 3. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1.
And that one fouled off. And ball 1.
0-2 count. You got the opportunity to expand the zone. Could get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
This to third. Throws across the diamond. That's the first out at the top of the 7th. So digging in, Jordan Westberg. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. Tap foul at the plate. Cowser, the runner at second with 1 away. Close one, doesn't get the call. And a count even 1-1. Down on strikes, looking for the 2nd straight plate appearance.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Ryan O'Hearn.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Dives and he can't hang on. Runner from second crosses the plate, and they're up by 4.
Now batting, right fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
runner at second, 2 down. And now Tyler O'Neill. Swings through that one out in front that time.
1 strike.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That's a laser base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw in, it's offline. The run comes in.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
2 outs, runner at first. Ryan Mountcastle digs in now. Ground ball up the middle. Bichette steps on the bag for the force. 3rd out. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Orioles 8 and the Blue Jays 3. Back now in Toronto. Stepping in, Ernie Clement. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
That one misses. And 1-1. What
ball,
about him
1
playing
strike.
another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, paying off.
Now the Orioles manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Zach Eflin gives way, and a pretty good outing for him as he leaves with a nice lead. New pitcher when we get back. Yennier Cano on to pitch here.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads, because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Man at first, nobody out. And next for Toronto, Alan Roden. That's in there, and it's 0-1.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Ball 1 there.
1-1.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
1 ball.
He has a
2 strike.
tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Clement gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And that one is
No, that's the ball.
inside.
2 balls, 2 strike.
And it remains 2-2. That's a little bit low. hits and misses. It's a strikeout.
That was a tough slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at-bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel the pitch where it looks like a fastball and then late has a really good bite, so tough to lay off of because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you miss. You go back to the dugout shaking your head.
Bichette in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Mullins makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. He's already homered in this game. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Just missed. The Orioles leading by 5 here at the bottom of the 7th.
Two balls, one strike.
And that one fouled off. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Two outs. And that misses. And the count's full.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
And they'll do it again. Battling here as he fouls it away. Here comes a 3-2. On the ground right side. Fires over to first. And Guerrero is set down. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Blue Jays held in check. Can't chip away at an 8-3 deficit. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brendan Little.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Cedric Mullins getting ready to hit.
Center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
That's in there. 0-1. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Nick Sandlin getting loose out there. Barnes also getting ready. That one lifted to left. Santander drifts towards it. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, third baseman, Ramon Urias.
And into the box for Baltimore, Ramon Urias. And a curve misses outside. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
1 ball, 1 strike.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And a there's a ball.
He's dealing with a great two-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Got him looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call. Jackson Holiday will hit next.
Jackson Holiday.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. And that's through there for a strike. 0-2 now. Got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing this time around for the O's, but they lead at 8-3. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Albert Suarez.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. And now for the Jays, Anthony Santander. First offering, and it just misses.
1 ball, no strike.
That's down and in.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
And another ball. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. Foul ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count's full. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Cracks his bat and pops him up. Orioles. No play, that's an infield single.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
So a man at first. And here is Andres Jimenez. There's a strike, 95 of that one.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
And it's fouled away. Nobody out. Runner at first. In the dirt, but kept close. Action in the pen down there. Cionel Perez is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Just misses. And that's ball 2.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Santander gets his lead at first with nobody out. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. A changeup missing, and that's ball 3. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Thank you, mate.
Well, we've seen this recipe cook up a big inning plenty of times. 2 runners on, nobody out, and they're in the heart of their order. It's just a great opportunity to put up a crooked number.
Next to hit, Alejandro Kirk. 0 for 3 in this one. That's in there. It's 0-1.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Next offering is in for a strike. First and second, no outs. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a breaking ball misses outside.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Outside low. The count now 2-2. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Center field. Mullins sizing this one up. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, second baseman, Will Wagner.
So up next for Toronto, Will Wagner. Just missed. Right through there for a strike.
1-1.
Two on, 2 outs. That one drilled left field and foul ball. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Oh. 2-2.
That one not close. Counts full, 3-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now Colton Cowser. Little back to work. And a foul ball. And that's in the dirt.
1 strike.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1-2.
Hit on the ground to short. Bichette sends it across to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
Well, you want to try to protect the strike zone with 2 strikes there. And you see on that curveball, just sort of reached out, tapped it to put it in play. You want to do it with a little more authority so you have a chance to sneak it through, but just a pretty easy ground out right there.
Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Fires over to Guerrero. Gets the catcher by a step. 2 down, base is empty. And the batter will be the shortstop, Jordan Westburg. First pitch, not close. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Two down, nobody on. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. On the ground to third. Clement over to first. And the inning is over. Nothing doing here this half. 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Orioles 8 and the Blue Jays 3. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Gregory Soto.
Number 65.
And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. And first offering is fouled off. And the sweeper misses.
1-1.
And that one hit 97 on the gun. Strike on the inside corner. That one misses, and the count is filled up. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Now batting, right fielder.
So a man aboard, Alan Roden, the next to hit. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. That's through there for a strike. Clement on at first, nobody out. Cut on and miss, struck him out at 98. And he's gone for the 4th time tonight.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
The shortstop takes the ball. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Now batting, first baseman,
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. He's already homered here in this one. just off the inside edge. Runners at first and second with one gone. We're in the last half of the ninth inning. Inside, and it's 2-0.
2-0.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Bringing the cheese on that one.
The other way, and foul ball. One out. Runners at first and second. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Blue Jays have just one out left here.
Oh, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
Santander, the next to hit, takes outside.
No strike.
Falling behind 2-1. Two on, 2 outs. And there's a foul ball. The Jays down to their final strike. First and second, 2 down. Here in the last half of inning number 9. That misses the zone. 3-2 down. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Two outs. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Got him, and that's the ball game.
So many festivities and excitement around opening day. It's great to come out and get that first one out of the way. You carry that momentum into the second game of the year, and you hope that it extends for a good period of time.
8-3 the final in this one as the Orioles win this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.